This is Supported Sexy, episode 45 with Feel Good Friday. Pay attention to the whispers. Welcome to the Supported Sexy podcast. I'm your host, Elayne Fluker, entrepreneur, author, producer, and founder of Chic Rebellion Media. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, I talk to women entrepreneurs who share their journeys and the true stories of their wins and their lessons, and give you insight and inspiration to take your business and your life to the next level. Here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Support is Sexy. I'm so happy to have you here on Feel Good Friday. You know, it just would not be the same without you. So today I want to talk to you about your inner critic versus the whispers. Now, the whispers are the things that come to you maybe when you're meditating or not. You're just quiet and having a moment, or sometimes it can come to you in the middle of some craziness. It'll be a whisper that either says something like, everything's going to be okay. You're fine. You got this. You can do this. On the other end of that, though, is the loud one, the inner critic, the one that's like, no, this is a problem. We're going to die from this. I don't understand what's going on. I told you not to do this. This was a mistake. That's your inner critic. And if you'll notice, the inner critic is always louder than the affirming whispers. And this is something that I actually wrote about in our private mastermind. I think it was this week, or maybe it was last week, but it was something that I noticed and was aware of anyway, but really started to pay attention to the inner critic versus the whispers and deciding which one I was going to give more attention, because both of them are there. I mean, the inner critic, at least as I see it, it wants to keep us safe. It's not even trying to keep us down. It wants to keep us safe. It's part of the ego. So by telling you to stay small or play it small, it's a way of keeping you safe. If you don't go big, maybe you won't get hurt. Less of a chance that you'll be seen, less of a chance that you'll be criticized, less of a chance that you'll be rejected. But on the other side, your whisper is like, of course you should try this. Why not you? Yes, you can do this. Give it a try. Why not? The whisper might even say, maybe it won't work, but that's okay. You should try it anyway. Your inner critic, no. Stay right here. This is safe. Let's not do that. Let's not go that far. Your whisper is like, go there. You need to try it. So the inner critic versus the whispers. What are you paying attention to? What are you giving more value to in your life? Today, for me, for example, it's Friday. I slept in this morning because the whispers told me, girl, you are tired. You are going crazy, a little bit crazy in the head. I'll tell you an example of why I knew I was tired. I did a podcast the other day. I was doing an intro for it. I listened to it because I listened to all of them. I think of them as game footage. I listened to all of them and see what I could do better, along with getting inspired by the women I interviewed. In an intro, I said that someone had worked with Tyler Perry. What I meant to say was someone had worked with T.D. Jakes. Tyler Perry versus T.D. Jakes. Clearly, I know the difference between those two people. I was so tired, though, I didn't even realize that's what I said until I heard it live on the podcast. It was already released. Now, it's a pretty big mistake, but it's not the end of the world mistake, which is what my whisper said. Okay, there you go. You were tired. You were recording that at maybe, 3 or 4 in the morning, trying to get the podcast up at a certain time. You need some rest. You're not as sharp as you can be when you're well rested. The inner critic was like, see, mistake. You should just throw this all away. This is the end of the world. Everyone's going to stop listening because you said Tyler Perry instead of TD. It's so funny. You said Tyler Perry instead of TD Jakes. It's so ridiculous. But the whisper told me, it's okay. Tomorrow, sleep in. Don't even record anything tonight. You need to go to bed, get some rest, wake up fresh, and start from there. Now, this doesn't mean there won't ever be any mistakes. This doesn't mean it's going to be perfect, as you can hear throughout this episode. I'm stumbling and on and all that stuff because that's just me. I'm just having a conversation. I'm just talking to you and sharing my story and hoping it'll be some kind of inspiration or just awareness or whatever, just something to listen to. Even if it's that, I've accomplished my goal. That's what the whisper tells me. The inner critic is like, you didn't get it up at 4 a.m. and everyone's going to be looking for it and it's just the end of the world. The whisper says, no, this was your promise to do a podcast 5 days a week That's the goal. That's what we're delivering. Then you want to be your best. Another thing the inner critic might say, sometimes it'll come to us camouflage as questions. That's what I'll say. Are you really making a difference? Does this really matter? Is this really what you're supposed to be doing? Does the world really need another podcast? Does the world really need another hair salon? Does the world really need another business like yours? Does the world really need... The whisperer will say, of course it does. Of course you have something to contribute. Everyone is different. Whatever you offer is going to be different. You are worthy of success. You are capable of success. You can do this. Try it. That's the whisper for me. Try it. Don't be afraid. Don't let fear get the best of you. Try it. For me, recently, a beautiful whisper came in the form of an affirmation from someone I admire greatly, who I consider a mentor, who I can reach out to ask for her opinion on different things. Wedad, who is the owner of the Wedad Global Hair Care Company. She's a woman I admire as an entrepreneur. And on a Facebook comment, it was public, so I feel like I can share this. On a Facebook comment, she wrote in response to something about me, your working bicycle is turning into a motorcycle. Y'all, do you understand? I printed that out and it's going on my vision board. Small little comment, big impact on me because it was a whisper of affirmation that the community I'm creating around Support is Sexy and helping women entrepreneurs connect and grow and build each other up in business and in life. Your working bicycle is becoming a motorcycle. That was all I needed. That was the whisper I needed. I wasn't even having an inner critic moment at that time, but sometimes that's the thing too about whispers. You don't even know when you need to hear them, which is why you need to be aware of them and pay attention when they do come your way. Your working bicycle is becoming a motorcycle. Think about that for your own life. That thing that you're working on right now, it might be a bicycle, and that's okay because at least you're in motion, right? You're moving. It's a bicycle. You're forward. You're moving forward. You're making progress. You're doing whatever you need to do to get up that hill. Eventually, it will become a motorcycle. That is the whisper that I want you to take with you today. Another thing your inner critic might say, why would you leave your good job to start a business? Or why would you try something new and you're in your 40s now? Nobody does that. That doesn't even make sense. Why would you do that? Don't you want to keep something secure, which what's secure nowadays, right? Don't you want to keep something secure? This is what you've been always doing. You can't change up now in the middle of the flow and everyone knows you for fill in the blank. Why would you change it up now? You can't do this other thing. That makes no sense. Your whisper says, of course you can do it. It's not too late. If you're alive, if you're here, if you're creative, if you have a new idea, why shouldn't you do it? You've thought it through. You're dreaming about it. You can't get it off your mind. Clearly it's in you. Why not do it? Now is the time. Instead of waiting, you've waited until you were in your 40s. You've waited until you graduated school and lived at home for however many years before you decided to take the leap. Now is the time. If not now, when? That's what your whisper will say to you. Your critic is also someone that says, see, look, now we're broke. Now we spent all our money on this thing and it didn't work. Or now you've left this job and you have no money. Or now it's not working out and this person didn't pay you like they said they were supposed to. Or this didn't work out. Or you didn't get as much as you thought you were going to get. Or you didn't get it when you thought you were going to get it. And all these other things that the inner critic says about money and feelings of not having what you need in order to do the things you want to do. Or even sometimes the things that you need to do. I told you. You ruined everything. I knew it was going to be like this. I told you it wasn't going to work. Now it's going to be like this forever. Your whisper says, for now is not forever. This is a phase. This is something that we're going through. Let's face it. How can we change this? What can we do to make this better? What can we do to make this work? One of the things several of the women have talked about on the podcast, Sylvia High, Connie Da Silva, Patricia Moreno, asking empowered questions. Not, oh, look at this. I messed up. Why did I do this? This isn't going to work. I'll never. How did I get here? Those aren't empowered questions. Empowered questions are, what can I do to make this better? What do I need in my life to bring this forward? What do I need in my life to make a difference in this space? How can I make a change to affect change in this situation? What can I do? These are some of the empowered questions that you can ask when you're in that space where your inner critic is telling you, oh, it's going to be like this forever. The whispers will say, as my friend Erica told me and once whispered to me, for now is not forever. This is what we have to remember. So this weekend, one of the things that I want you to do as you're traveling and taking some time off and getting that last bit of summer in and enjoying the weekend, take some time to pay attention to the whispers. We all have them. I think we all have the inner critic and the whispers in our life. And like I said, the inner critic, she's not a bad person. She just wants to keep us safe. She wants to keep us in a space that we're already comfortable in, whereas the whisper knows that the magic exists outside of your comfort zone. The inner critic just doesn't want anyone to criticize us and doesn't want to put us in a position where we can be rejected or embarrassed, all of those things. Whereas the whisper says, be embarrassed. Maybe you need to show your passion more. That might be the thing that'll move you forward. And hey, if you're rejected, so what? Everyone is rejected. Everything just makes you stronger. Even your mistakes make you wiser, stronger if you pay attention and look at, if anything, what you can correct to move forward in a different direction. Your whisper tells you what you keep on doing, though, is you keep moving and keep trying and keep coming back. Or, like I did this morning, your whisper says, you need to stop moving, sit down, take a minute, and relax. Whereas your inner critic is like, nah, keep going. Now you're going. You might as well go. And you're going to miss out if you... No. Take a minute. So this weekend, or whenever you're listening to this, even if it's not the weekend, take a minute, listen to the whispers, pay attention, because they're there and they want the absolute best for you always. All right, so thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you guys. If you want to hear more, go to supportissexypodcast.com. You can hear more of the episodes, the great interviews with the fantastic women that I've had the pleasure of speaking with. Pay attention to the whispers. Listen, they're there, and they want the best for you always. So now, you know what to do. Go out there and create something sexy, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.